Happy Monday. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Welcome to Breakfast with Champions. I am Stars Tina. So excited and so grateful. Renee, can you put the YouTube link up at the top, please? Because if you are listening, guess what? You can actually see my voice. I want you to come through on YouTube and subscribe and feel my energy because I am pumping up this room. I'm getting it ready for the amazing Glenn Lundy. I have so much energy this morning because the 4 a.m. room was popping. And when you come into this space, family, Babs, I see you. Kat, I see you. Good morning, Carla. We are going to motivate you. Good morning, Mommy. I see she has our picture there from that restaurant. I don't know what it's called, but good morning, Mommy. And I also see Ree, Cheryl. We're here to motivate you. And when we motivate you, it's going to make you be able to do anything you want, but the motivation doesn't last, right? So we're going to educate you. When you come in here, we have some amazing hosts. TM is kicking this limiting beliefs challenge. I'm loving it. And then we also educate you with finances, relationships, you name it. We're here to uplift you. Fitness. If you didn't know, I am Stars Tina, your life and health coach, and fitness is my passion. Now, family, after we motivate you, after we give you the education, the tools, the skills to be the best you that you can be, we are going to inspire you, which leads to an event Angeline and I are having in a couple weeks, December 16th. It's called Elevate Your Business. All right. I realized as I was getting ready for this show this morning, your girl is doing the most. Okay, I'm not doing the most. I'm just doing what God has gifted me. So today, there's so many topics. We're only here for 30 minutes. So I want you to put your seatbelts on. Yes, put those seatbelts on because I'm going to cover a lot. First of all, put your highlights of the weekend in the chat, please. Angel, Larry, what was the highlight of your weekend? I would love to know because for me, can I just say each weekend and each day, I'm going to say each day just gets so much better. Yesterday was the highlight of my life. I'm going to say the highlight of my life. But this weekend, I had my very first book signing. I'm in New Jersey right now supporting a friend. And just listen to how things just happen. I was in a coffee coffee shop, very nice place in Rahway. And I was like, hey, can I do a book signing this weekend? And they said, sure. So I had a book signing and the mayor came in. And the last time I was here, I did an event and him and his wife lost their daughter about a year ago. And I was talking to the wife. This was at the event. And she's like, I can't talk. I can't speak. And, I asked her to come up while we had the event. And this Saturday, he thanked me for having that event. He thanked me for talking to his wife, for showing her that, there is life. You can thrive after a loss. And he said she started a nonprofit for her daughter and she's just thriving at this point. So as I mentioned, I am the Traumedy Queen, all right? My book just launched, No More Traumedy, and I'm giving big shout outs right now. Are they in the building? Are they in the building? Yes, they are. I want to start with the amazing Veronica. I don't know if she's here. She was the first person who made a bulk order because to make a shift in the world, family, we have to get the ripple effect going, right? And she helped me come up with this idea, if I'm being totally honest. She said, Tina, I want to purchase 100 books because I want to transform women. I want to support other women. So she bought 100 books and she wants to donate them. And then that went ding, a click in my head. So we decided to have a bulk rate, and there are some people who actually joined the bandwagon. So I want to give Scott Simons a great big thank you, Christina and Dora Maria, for doing bulk order sales. If you're interested in changing the world and making a bulk order, just DM me and say bulk order Tina. And then Dora Maria gave me the idea because at first I was thinking, just give it to like community groups, right? And she said, why not take it to hospice places or nursing homes? And then this is how great our family is, guys. You see Babs here on stage. We were talking about her book that's about to come out. And she said, she was telling me all the stuff that's going on in the world. I guess there's like shootings or killings or suicides. I'm not sure because I don't watch the news. And she's like, your book would be great in the school system and you could speak to these different colleges. So I actually went to the superintendent's office last week while I'm here in New Jersey and I have an appointment with them. My focus is to get the book in the school system, and also to give an assembly to teach the children there is life, because life can be kind of challenging, kind of tough. So again, I do want to thank everyone for coming through. I'm going to look in the chat to see who shared their weekend. What was your highlight for the weekend? I see Nicole. Good morning, Nicole. Nicole has joined in on our Elevate Your Fitness Challenge. When I tell you God has gifted me with so many things that I'm capable of doing, but the one thing that I'm focused on is changing the world. I run an online fitness studio. So if you want to see all the wonderful, amazing things I'm doing, just go to my Instagram and you'll see them. This weekend, I have a podcast and I do it with PJ, Pastor Jeff. I don't know if he's here today. Oh my gosh, he interviewed me, guys. It was amazing. Then we talked about the book, and then we talked about hope for the holidays. So I want to know right now, how do you express your emotions? That is something that Sherlan said this morning in the group. And I'm just curious, how do you express your emotions? Because you got to let it out. If you keep it tucked in your body, you're going to get disease, you're going to get sick, you're going to get angry. You have to get those emotions out. So as we're here, I'm going to share something that's in my book. If you have the book, it's on page 45. And I created this circle of awakenings. And in this circle of awakenings, there's that's Renee there. There's Renee. She's on YouTube. Thank you, Renee. Circle of awakenings. And what this is, there's different things. Actually, let me pull it up so I can actually read it. And there's different emotions that your body goes through. And on a scale of 1 to 5, you're going to rate how you feel with these emotions. For example, faith, emotional intelligence, mindfulness and meditation, education and training, mindset, resilience, social and physical health. And today I want to talk about faith. Because if you would have asked me before yesterday on a scale of 1 to 5, where am I with faith? I would probably say 3.5, maybe 4. Because sometimes God and I'm just like mad at him sometimes, and my emotions just aren't where they should be. But yesterday, family, I had an awakening. While I was in church, Agape, my favorite church in the whole wide world, Agape in Rahway, I was standing in front of the church, and just something came over me, and I said, I forgive you, God. I was thinking about my son, and if you didn't know my story, my son was murdered 7.5 years ago. He was extremely successful, 21-year-old, beautiful man. He had two successful sneaker stores, and he was tragically murdered. And I was kind of mad at God, and I said, you know what, Tina? You had that beautiful human for 21 glorious, wonderful years, and we had so much fun. And God said, you know what? I want him back. I need him with me. And as I was standing in front of the church, I could feel God like, yeah, I was doing the work. And, my son like, I got you, Mom, I'm good. And I could feel the light. I could feel the energy. And when I forgave God, I could feel myself, this burden just lifting out of my chest. And then another huge awakening happened this weekend. And can I just say, the author of this book, No More Dramedy, this girl has got it going on, because it actually had me do something I've been stalling for the past 3 years. I talk about mirror work in the book and relationships, and you can't move forward unless you go back and clear all the crap in your life, right? So 2 weeks before my son was murdered, I met this guy. And I don't know about you ladies, when you get in your 40s, this is how I felt. I was like, I'm never going to get married. It's not going to happen. And I always wanted to get married. That was something I really, really wanted. And I was listening to Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins. Any motivational speaker that's going to get you going, Eric Thomas, Lisa Nichols, that is me. I'm on it, right? And Tony said, if you have a baby and the baby starts to walk and the baby falls down, you don't say, it's okay, baby. You don't have to get back up. No, you get the baby up, you keep them going, you keep going till the baby walks. So he made that analogy with anything that you want in life. And at the time, I was like, I really want to be married. Long story short, 2 weeks before my son was married, I met this man, and I was like, he's the one, it's going to happen. And then the situation happened with my son. And he was there for me that entire year, took care of me, and we got married a year later. you should not make any decisions when you've gone through some type of trauma or tragedy, or you don't really know what you're doing, you don't really know what's going on. And 2 weeks before the wedding, I actually had a feeling. I was like, I don't know about this. This doesn't feel right. During COVID, that was in 2016. Uh, and then during COVID happened and we moved. He wanted to move to Texas, or at least that's what I thought. And let's just say it didn't go too well. In my mind, he left me. We got to Texas 2 months later. He left me. That's all I kept saying. He left me. I can't believe he left me. And I never talked to him, guys. I was just like, nope, I'm mad at him. I hate him. He left me. And as I was reading my book a couple weeks ago, it was talking about looking in the mirror, facing your fears. And I spoke with him. Long story short, this Friday, I met him for the first time in 3 years. We had a conversation. And I realized it's okay, Tina. He explained to me what he was going through, and I realized what I had done in the relationship. I took ownership. And I think sometimes in life we like to blame other people. Well, you did this, well, you did that. No. I realized what I did, and I wasn't emotionally stable. And the person he wanted was not me. He wanted that wife that was going to be home 9 to 5 and doing all that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But Tina's got to, I got to do this. I got to do that. So long story short, on Friday or Thursday, I met him. I don't know. My divorce is done. All the paperwork is in, and I forgave him. I say that to say, in life, we have to look in the mirror. We have to dig a little deep and just do the work. That's what it is. Comments, questions. I'm going to pause. I'm going to do that pregnant pause like Shirlene. If anyone wants to tap in, reply, have anything they want to say about that.
Well, Tina, I remember, good morning, champions. I remember you and I just reflected on a few things in Gainesville, right, as we were, pouring into a group of leaders. And I remember you reflecting back, on that a little bit, which I was surprised by, right? So I'm super proud, one, of your accomplishment with your book. Congratulations again. But it's awesome that you aren't just promoting the book, right? But you are steadily applying the lessons of the book. And so, yeah, that's a great story, great reflection. Back to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's true. Other awakenings I've had as well. But yesterday, here goes the highlight. You guys are going to love this one right here. I don't even know if I said it yet. Did I say how I forgave God? Did I say that? Help me out, someone. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Christina. All right, let me get to the notes. That'll help. All right, so we're transitioning right now to forgiveness. And I'm going to play a video for you if you're watching on YouTube. And I'm doing an event this weekend. Every weekend there's an event. That's life. Event. Excuse me. I love events. So I came up with this idea during COVID because my son was an organ donor. And while we were there, going on, they'd have these events during the holidays. It's called Hope for the Holidays. And they'd have the family members together that had lost people, and they were telling them how to get through the holidays. But during COVID, I wasn't in New Jersey. I wasn't able to go to this event. So I created my own event. If you know anything about me, good morning, Trisha. See her on YouTube. If you know anything about me, if there's something that I want, for example, I wanted to speak. So then I made my own stage. I wanted this event. So I created my own event. But this year, I decided to make it even bigger. So I'm going to play this video because I have guest speakers. PJ is going to be my keynote speaker. But I want to play this for you so you can see it and hear it because this is Jill. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Jill Henderson, and I am the founder of the Bakari Foundation and CEO of Bakari Luxury Sportswear, both of which honor the life and legacy of my son, Bakari Henderson, who was brutally murdered in Greece in 2017. Shortly thereafter, God started me on a love and forgiveness journey, which has truly transformed my life. You may have heard that hurt people, and healed people heal people. But have you also heard that forgiven people forgive people? Well, join us for Hope for the Holidays on Saturday, November 18th at 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern, so that I can walk you through some strategies that help me so that you can also have a plan to forgive immediately, because you have to have a plan to make a conscious decision in order to Forgive so that you can also be free eternally. Thank you.
Hey, that is my girl, Jill. And I actually met Jill about 5 or 6 years ago. I'm sure everyone here has heard of Trayvon Martin. And my daughter's has a friend who's related to the family. And his mother has an event every Mother's Day. It's called Circle of Mothers. It's for mothers who have lost a child. And I met Jill there about 4 years ago, and she's been doing this event with me every year. She has a nonprofit for her son. And the forgiveness piece, like when I did it yesterday, I reached out to her. I was like, "Yeah, I forgave God," and she's like, "I'm so happy for you." So I want to invite each and every one of you to the event this weekend. It's free. Just go to my Instagram. And right now, I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you through the holidays when it gets kind of tough. We know Thanksgiving is coming up in a couple of weeks, and then we have Christmas. And then we have New Year's and New Year's Day and then Valentine's Day. But before we get to that, I want to honor all of those that are no longer with us. If you have a loved one who passed away, do me a favor right now. Write their name in the chat and something you might want to say, because I know that there was a holiday last week, Day of the Dead. If anyone knows how to say it in Spanish, please unmic and say it, because I don't want to botch it up.
Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos.
Check out Renee. Renee's been practicing it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you don't know what they're talking about, guys, one of the ladies in my tribe, her name is Susana Cabrera, and she was telling me about it. And if you look on social media, you'll see where some people were posting pictures and videos. And what it is, it's a Day of the Dead where they celebrate those that are no longer with them. And one of my past clients, I looked at her video, and she had it was like a table and was pictures. They even had a picture of a dog. It was so cute. And you could see it was like a dad, and they had a cup of Starbucks and little food. If anyone knows anything about this holiday and would like to give real information, you can unmic and share. I would love to hear more if you know more details. Guess we don't have any here, but I'm going to continue. But I say that to say, I'm going to look in the chat. If there's someone that you've lost, Renee said her dad. What I was going to say is, so what they say is remembering people. So when I was looking at the video, I was like, well, that's going to be kind of sad if you're thinking about those that are no longer with us. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, that's a good thing, because, they're still with us always, right? And we don't want to forget about the past or what the lessons that we've learned. So Mary Lynn, I know I was waiting. Haha. Yvonne said her mom, Irene. Hello, Irene. Maria. Is that your mom, November 2nd, Maria? I see Kat celebrating of the lives. I see Rodney, Marion Spellman, Pastor, Marcy Barnes, cousin, Manny, hospice patient. Yes, and the hospice patient. Natasha says her mom, Janice, my dad, Jesse, my brother, Jesse, and Andre. Veronica says her dad, Donald G. Boone. I love that name, Senior. My amazing, beloved father, the original first love of my life. I miss you, Daddy. Yes, and my best friend, Candace. Yes, we have to uplift Jamal Gaines. Yes, Mommy, her only grandson. Okay, I have to stop reading those, guys, because it's getting me a little emotional. So let's get into the hope for the holidays, okay? It's like I can feel your energy coming through this phone, because it's not even my feelings that I'm feeling right now, because I am great. I am amazing. But as I read your names here and I read your stories, I can feel. Christina says her brother Lee Irvin and her dad. And then I see Cheryl say, my mom. I have to read these out. Patty says, I put a candle to remember all who should be at the table. I love that. I love it. I love it. All right, crew, here we go. Are you ready for the energy? Are you ready to see and feel how you can thrive through the holidays? Because I don't want you to survive. God has gifted me with these traumatides, right? So that I can teach you how to overcome them. The first thing I want to share with you, if you've lost someone in year 1 to year 3, I want you to do whatever you have to do. If you want to cry, scream, yell, if it's legally and morally correct, I want you to go ahead and do that. And a secret you can do, Jill actually said this, is have an escape word. For example, if you're at an event and you just don't feel like you want to be there, have a word for your family and your ones that are going to drive you away. Maybe it's unicorn. And you say, when I say unicorn, I'm leaving. I'm just not emotionally stable. I want to go. Give yourself permission. So the first tip right there in hope for the holidays and pushing through is do whatever you have to do to get through. Because year 1 is tough, but year 2, after losing someone, I hate to say this, is so much harder than year one, because the reality sets in. In year one, it's like, oh, they're on vacation, or maybe they're away, because, people are always moving around, right? But in year two, it's like, wow, it's their birthday, they're not here. It's Christmas, they're not here. So the second tip I want to give you is make some type of ritual, some type of routine for the holidays. Year 3 through 5, you can start doing this. And as I was writing this, I was like, well, Tina, we don't really do anything for Christmas or Thanksgiving or anything for Jamal. And I realized, because throughout the year, I'm always doing something. Like February, that's when he was taken from me. We do a big celebration. In August, that's his birthday. We do a big celebration. We have his nonprofit. So we're always like bigging him up, bigging him up, bigging him up. So during the holidays, maybe you set something at the table, a setting for them, their food. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe you give them a gift, something like that, to remember them, because we don't want to forget them. We want to make them a part of our life and share them with your children. Or you might have young children who don't know. I remember we'd always show my niece. You'd think my niece met my son. We show her picture and she's like, Molly. And then we showed her my grandmother, and she never met my grandmother. And we're like teaching her, even though they're no longer here and never met them. So have little rituals. I see Jelen said, forgiveness is very important. I got shot in my head. I was in a coma for 6 months. I was ready to be mentally healed, and now I'm in a great place. You can forgive. It's a mandatory to grow. Yes, yes. Forgiveness is so important. And yes, the energy might be kind of low, but we're pulling it up now, pulling it up. Yes, it can be sad, guys, but you can survive. You can smile. Put those tips in the chat, Renee. We can't see them on YouTube. Put them up there, girlfriend. Okay, so tip number 3 for hope for the holidays. So when it gets to year 5 to 7 and moving forward, I'm not saying that you're solid 1,000%, but you're a lot more than you were before, right? So I want to invite you to share with others, support other people, teach them what you've learned, because they don't know what to do. It's like, how do I do this? What do I do? I don't know what to do. Support others. So let me recap all 3 of those. If you're just coming to the space, I am Stars Tina. Today we're talking about hope for the holidays. I'm having a free virtual event this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday. Also, this Sunday, if you're in New Jersey, I'm having a free brunch at Maleo Coffee House. So the 3 tips for today for hope for the holidays. So number 1, do whatever you have to do for your body. Give yourself some grace. That's so important. Tip number 2, make rituals for your loved ones that are no longer with you. And then tip 3, support other people. I'm going to give some little space here. If anyone wants to unmic, if they have a question, a comment, let me hear you. Give me a little space here, peeps.
Well, this is Veronica. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Veronica. I'll go after you. I just want to say, for those of you that are dealing with a hard time for the holidays, Sarcina does have some morning workout sessions that she does do virtually. That has been a big help. Just sometimes I can't even move my body. I'm too tired with my chronic fatigue. But it does help. The physical fitness does help with the depression of losing a loved one, and she does a great job with helping you cope through that, as well as her book as well will help you cope with the grief and any kind of depression or anxiety you may feel from grieving. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Veronica. Christina, I heard your voice, and thank you for your bulk order, Christina.
Good morning. You're welcome. You're welcome. Congrats again on your book. Amazing job. And I wanted to, when you were speaking earlier, I wanted you to know that here in San Antonio, we the San Antonio Airport Rotary Club, the one that I'm president of, we went to feed families at the bereavement center here in San Antonio. And the bereavement center, they counsel family members that have lost loved ones. So that's another place that you can look at, possibly donating books to. And so I know I have some coming in, so I'll definitely donate to the bereavement center here. But I wanted to drop that for you this morning. Also, I'm so glad that you forgave, God, because we do have to forgive in order to move on. You are already making some big things happen, so I'm looking forward to seeing even more bigger things happen now that you have forgiven, God. So congratulations.
Yes, it's all about your tribe, right? And I am so excited about Christina's event. If you guys don't know, she's doing an event in January. Anyone else want to tap in, comment, question? Let me hear you.
I wanted to say congratulations, and I applaud the timing of God's divinity that your book helped you. I just think that's so just amazing grace, miraculous, just all of the above. Congratulations. And I just love that you can be a testimony to your book that it helped you. God bless.
I love that, Patty. By the way, my daughter's name is Divinity. When you said it, whenever I hear her name, I'm like, ooh, Patty, I got another story for you where the book kind of helped me out. There's a section in there called relationships. And if any of you know, I'm in Toastmasters and I won the district level. Now, it's all virtual where I am. I'm in North Carolina and I had to fly to California for the last competition. And when I went there, the people that were in my club, only one person came. So I was so mad and I was so angry. I never went back to the club. I was like, I don't like them. I'm mad at them. They don't support me. Blah, 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 blah. And again, Patty, reading my book, I was reading about relationships and I was like, Tina, that's petty. So I actually reached out to Carol Feely and I went to the meeting last week and I was like, please forgive me, team. But again, that author, this book's pretty amazing. Anyone else? Question, comment? Let me hear.
Good morning, Tina. I just want to say congratulations on your book. This is Monty. I believe you're a fellow Scorpio, and we have a similar birthday, November 14th.
Woo, woo, oh my gosh, birthday brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Too.
Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday. And I also wanted to say that, your book really is going to resonate with me. I'm getting your book today. My mom died tragically in a car accident in 2011. So everything that you're saying, I've gone through, even the forgiving of God. I couldn't pray. I couldn't sing. I'm a singer. I couldn't sing. It was just so many things. And so this is now, 2023. And, every year is a different way of kind of approaching the grief and navigating it. And so I'm really looking forward to reading your book to see the things that you put in it. So thank you so much for doing this. And, I could say I wish I had something like this when it first happened, but it's coming at the right time. And I had what I needed as I was going through, but I never thought I would be on this side of grief in the sense that, when it first happened, I didn't think I was going to make it. I thought I was pretty much suicidal, but, my faith in God and keeping my heart open, God makes a way, and you become, my relationship with my mom's death has evolved, and by keeping my heart open, I've been able to support and help other people and grow as an individual, and really come to celebrate and love my mother as what she was to me, in gratitude, but also what she continues to be for me with her energy and her wishes. So just thank you so much. And I definitely want to keep in touch.
Yes, Monty. Thank you. And with that being said, just remember, family, time is so precious. Don't take it for granted. I saw something, I think it was Eddie Murphy, he posted, what if you only had 75 winters, 75 summers with your children? You're not promised tomorrow, so live each day to the moment. And Monty, yes, if I would have had this book 7.5 years ago, I may not have hurt certain people. I may have not lost certain relationships. I think we have time for one more comment. If someone wants to jump in, just unmic.
This is Rodney. How you doing?
Hey, Rodney.
Got your book and everything. It's amazing. And I just wanted to share with people, just don't rob yourself of the process of grieving and the healing that you desire by avoiding the pain. I mean, avoiding the pain is not what you need to do. Is that you just got to experience every bit of the pain in the way that you can. And it's different for everybody, but don't rob yourself of the process of healing by avoiding the pain, and that's in anything. I mean, that's in anything that we deal with, as we deal with grief, cry if you need to cry, yell if you need to yell, to start doing, because I think earlier, but whatever it is that you need to do to deal and to experience the pain, do that, because that's part of your healing. And that's what you're supposed to hurt.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Rodney. Thank you. Glenn's about to come through. But what I want us to do now is just remember, you are in control. You have your mindset, and we're a family here, right? As a family, tap into that person above you, below you. Get on Instagram. I saw Rodney's Instagram. Congrats on doing the event with KWP this weekend. I am Stars Tina. your life and health coach, that person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. If you're watching me now on YouTube, please subscribe. If you've got the book, please leave a review. It's going to change your life. It's changing the world. I don't have a doubt in my mind. And you can go to my Instagram and see all the wonderful things I'm doing, from the podcast to the book to the events this weekend. I want us all to make some noise, start sharing the room out in the hallways for the amazing, the one and only Glenn Lundy. Good morning, Glenn. How you doing?